I was thinking about school earlier. I
School.
don't know why. Yeah, man. Just fucking how we fucking just got acquainted back from having a break apart and that. And
Hmm.
just thinking about how kind of important it is, but also just fucking makes no difference in your life really. Because it's kind of develops you for personality and confidence and the kind of people you hang around with. But in terms of fucking career and the way you live your life, it don't really do much for you, does it?
I don't think so. I think it is important to go to school for, like you said, the social aspects and that. Like, it's good to go there and get ingratiated in other social, economic classes, like being with fellow poor people and seeing rich people that go there and that. Like, I think it's important to get a wide spectrum of all walks of life and that. But I think it's a very select few people that go to school had an interest in something, then went on to then do whatever that job was, like maybe nursing, you know what I mean, and then eventually you leave school, become a nurse, etc. But maybe it's just the poor fucking shithole schools we went to where that don't happen, you know what I mean. So maybe, in middle class or higher class schools, maybe that is the case, and school is important because then. But I saw a quote the other day, and it was something to do with like private school, the difference. And they were saying that the education isn't the best part, it's the networking, because then you meet people like our friend Kyron. He went to school with someone whose parents and family that own Poundland, and they were like fucking multi millionaires. And like it's networking like that. Like you become friends with that person, whatever. Then you end up getting a job with that. It's stuff like that. Apparently, is like where private school's good for the networking aspects, but not so much the education as much. But
Yeah.
in our,
'Cause I
our
think it's
versions of schools, it's yeah, shit in it.
just somewhere for you to fucking get babysat for like 40 hours a week, wasn't it?
Yeah, basically.
But I think for me, because I think what it's meant to do is give you a little taste of everything, see if you get inspired by something, see if you love something, and maybe you'll follow it then. And
Yeah.
I think it did that for me with IT because I was kind of obsessed with computers and games and that kind of thing, but didn't have a I didn't have a big access to like PCs. So when it came around, it was like, oh, look, I love playing on computers and shit. So it just interested me there. That's what got me into it. But I guess there's probably it's the thing with kids, though, ain't it? There's probably some kids out there that were like, man, I just fucking love photosynthesis, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I love
it's
fucking
true.
leaves and branches. So maybe they got captured by that, but I couldn't imagine that subject being fucking interesting.
Well, I was always obsessed with science, and I find it fascinating. But if I went to school and I had a friend that was like that loved photosynthesis, I don't know if I could be friends with that person long though, man. Like I like
Yeah.
all that shit too, but like if they were just proper every time I spoke to them, it was like, yo, photosynthesis, I'd be like, bro, you're gonna need to fucking back up, man.
Yeah, and then you're just walking around like expecting to fucking choose your life path and gain a career from the time you're 15 when your dick's just got active and there's loads of fucking pussies around you and you're
I'd
just like
say
going,
I'd
oh
say it's the other way around, isn't it? Because like they say your brain isn't fully developed till you're 25. And then that's meant to be a pivotal point in your life where you're meant to make like the decisions. But like you're just coming out of puberty or even sometimes even going in for some people and all you're thinking about is fucking or wanking or just being a kid. And then you're meant to be like, oh, I want to do this forever. Like, I don't feel that like that sort of career sort of advisory chats and that shouldn't come into you about 25. And then they're like, yo, what do you want to do? You're like, oh, I never had time to think about it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like 18, who knows what they want to do?
yeah, because you're there trying to fucking study the fucking Battle of Hastings and there's just tits growing everywhere, man. You're like, yo, I can't concentrate on this. I
You
don't give a fuck
can't.
about the largest fucking mountain in West fucking Chesterfield.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm
Like,
looking at two fucking big mountains on fucking west and east.
yeah, it might be different, obviously, for women because they develop a little bit earlier and they're not as, well, there's probably some, but they're not as obviously perverted as guys. But yeah, like you can't expect to make big decisions and pivotal parts in your life at like 16, 17, 18. Like, who's that mature? Like, there's obviously a select few that have do go down the right path and maybe have better parents and stuff that lead them that way. But Yeah, I don't know. I do think it's like, yeah, I'd say 20 to 25, you should maybe start having those chats. Like someone should just pull you out of work, like, yo, bro, do you want to be here? Where do you want to go, man? Let's figure this out.
I want to be an astronaut.
Yeah, yeah,
But man, I was just when I was in school, man, I couldn't choose to give a fuck, man. I was just sitting there watching people just be dead good at fucking the work or putting their hands up and answering stuff, and I was just sitting there thinking, man, they're proper clever, but I just want to get home and fucking play San Andreas. You know what I mean? I can't be asked to be here at all. I wasn't thinking about the future.
yeah. It's I was in, I went up to Manchester in the week to go to the office for work, and I met up with a couple of my colleagues. And I was speaking to my colleague Sean, who might even listen to this. Shout out Sean. He, I was saying like I feel like I'm an underachiever because I said like in school it was just copy this off the board. Like, so I wanted to go on and just play games, but I feel like I've got the brain to sit there and really learn. I just don't think I had an educator that did it. I was saying, like, I wonder if you remember, we had in year 10, 11, and how it works in our school, like year 10, 11, the last 2 years of school, you had like the same teachers for every lesson. Like, if you had a teacher for French, you had that teacher for 2 years, etc. Because those are going to take you through the GCSEs. And my maths teacher got drunk, killed a kid, obviously got fired or whatever. So for the two pivotal years of maths where I'm meant to be going through GCSE, every single lesson in that subject was a substitute teacher. And you weren't fucking learning shit because the class would just play up. It was like, oh, maths is up. That's a free hour for us then. Like it just became that. And it's like, I should have had an educator that really like wanted me to stay in school and capture that part of my brain, but it was just copy this off the board. Or the fucking history teacher was also a PE teacher, and he's just reading at the book and just saying, "Yeah, class to this." You know what I mean? It weren't teachers, was it really?
Nah, nah, it was a fucking circus. And we did get to a particularly bad school, and it was declared by Ofsted the worst school in the country for a couple of years running too, in the whole fucking country. But
That's
yeah,
mental, is That's crazy.
yeah, and we went there, man. But yeah, I
Yeah.
remember being in RE and fucking all religious studies, whatever they call it now. Um, and they were trying to teach us about I don't know some religion. It's like Mr. Singh was there, so it could have been fucking anything, but no one was listening, man. Everyone was just fucking around, chucking pipe around, like fighting and stuff. And he was like, "I'm locking the door," till everyone starts fucking listening. And he like locked the door with a key and stood in front of it. And we were just like, "Well, that's illegal." And then we just fucking jumped out the window. we just jumped out the window, walked off, and was just like, "Fuck that lesson."
That's the thing as well. Like, I definitely get it why some of these teachers do just check out and just say copy off the board, because imagine that you're just like, no, I'm teaching you discipline here, and you'll just fuck off out the window. Like, he's maybe had like 15 years of that where he just can't be asked anymore. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I kind of get it because they are just people. Like, he's probably had 15, and like you said, it was one of the worst schools in Britain, or whatever. Yeah, like, so 15 years of those type of kids, man. There's no way he's gonna be getting up like putting his tie on dead happy in the morning. He's like, fuck, I gotta deal with them little twats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and it's funny as well to just imagine me not because I would have jumped out that window and then I would have had a 15-second memory of, oh, what if this comes back to bite me? Or like, what if someone tells my parents? It just went, whoosh, it just got flash, and I was like, oh, what now? Like, where should we go? You know what I mean? I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, yeah. School was I remember people would say to me, like adults, like, like enjoy school because obviously there'll come a point in your life where like you'll kind of miss it. And now I'm older, I definitely don't miss school, but obviously I think maybe what they meant is that you'll miss like the freedom of being a child, where like school's the only thing you have to do. Like that's kind of a privilege because when you get older, especially like people like you, who've got kids and stuff, like you've got multiple responsibilities, whereas as a kid you don't. So I do kind of miss that sort of freedom and lack of responsibility. But I'll be honest, like I kind of keep my life pretty chill where I kind of keep my responsibilities as low as possible. So it ain't too much different. I just obviously have less leisure time.
Yeah, I think it is true. You will miss it once you've left after a few years, but when you're a kid and they say it to you, you do think what, I'm gonna miss fucking sitting in a class learning all day. But the reality of it is, you're gonna miss being mandated to spend 6 hours with your mates and fuck around and have a laugh and walk home together. You know what I mean? You will miss just fucking being together like that. And it's a good
Yeah.
point what you said. Like, my main thing when I was at school, like 14, 15, was, oh, I can't wait till I get to 17, 18 so I can fucking get a car and start driving, obviously, because I love cars. But it's always caveated, ain't it? Whatever you do in adult life, you fucking. I was thinking, I can't wait till I'm 17, I'll be driving and stuff. But
Yeah.
there's a little asterisk that's like, well, yeah, now you got to get a job to fucking afford to drive. Duh. Like, I weren't thinking about that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, I mean, I'd say in the past like 6 months in my life, I've got kind of a lot going on, but like purposefully, like I'm kind of striving to change some shit up this year that benefits my life for once in my fucking life. But yeah, I've always been. I think I'm a very like simple person in more ways than one that I definitely like to sort of do what I want. Like whether you call it commitment issues or not, I don't really think it comes under that label. But I'm someone that, as you know, that's always just like to do what the fuck I want to do. You know what I mean? Within reason. Like I got no problem with hierarchy or bosses or saying like yes sir at times. Like I'm happy to be professional, but at the same time, like if I don't want to do something and I can opt out and you know what I mean, I'm gonna opt out. I'm gonna say nah. Like I'm not gonna enjoy that. So, but
Yeah.
obviously, lots of people maybe are afraid to do that, or afraid of telling people no or letting people down and stuff. But I mean, fuck them. If I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. Like, you know, in relationships, obviously you compromise, but there's even times where there's things that I technically maybe should do as a boyfriend, but I know like I'm gonna be fucking miserable doing this, so I just like I ain't doing it. And
Yeah.
I feel like I've made my life much easier for myself throughout the years that I've had that attitude because I've never really had like proper dickhead relationships where people are literally screaming at each other and it's like ugh. And you know, I think it's saved me a lot of headaches throughout my life having that mentality.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like you say, if there's an option to not do it and there's no real consequences, but it's kind of awkward to say no or you're expected to be there, I'll just be like, nah. If I know I'm not going to enjoy it, you know what I mean? Especially if I'm going to be like fucking sitting there watching the clock, I'll just be like, nah. Like there's a funeral coming up soon for my granddad's brother, and my fucking granddad ain't been around for like 15 years, and I met his brother probably 3 or 4 times,
Mm.
and all my family love him because they grew up with him younger, like my mum and dad and stuff. But they were like, "Oh, another funeral soon, fucking, Uncle Pat's died or whatever," and I just saw, I ain't going to that. I ain't gonna like
What's the point
because
now? You don't know
I'm
him.
exactly. I've met him a couple times, but
He's not
I'll do
family.
anything. I'll do anything to avoid a funeral. You know what I mean? You don't want them, but especially don't want to be at someone that's just kind of distant and I didn't meet much, so I'm gonna fucking opt out of that one.
It's true. Well, he's because then you're just going for going's sake. You know, you're not really gonna miss him, are you? Because he's not anything to you. Like he's blood to you, but he's not. He's not like a figure in your life. So yeah, I mean, you could look at it one way and say, yeah, I'll go and pay respect. It's still my blood, but I wouldn't either. To be honest, like I don't like funerals. Who does? But I don't like any summer fun. I don't like I don't like weddings. You know, I hate fucking weddings. Christenings are the fucking worst. Um, but yeah, I'd opt out of it. Like I would go for obviously people that I give a shit about. But if it's just like a cousin or something that I've maybe like met 2 times and that I find out they pass away, I don't know. Like I feel like if say if I say if I died and then you sort of float out your body like a cartoon, you're like looking over and you were like watching your funeral, and you'd see people that you only met twice at your funeral. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like you'd be annoyed by you. You know what I mean? Like I don't know you, and like I've seen it. Like I had a friend of mine die at like 19, which was like a big shock. And then when we went to his funeral, we just saw people that like were dickheads to him. And like, why is he here? Like putting
Yeah,
and crying and that. And I was like, man, you don't give a fuck about him. Like, he was
yeah.
actually a dickhead to him. And like, if he was alive and or he came back to life and he saw that you was at his funeral, like he'd be like, the fuck you doing here? You fake twat. Like,
Yeah.
And I don't know. So I'd see it also like that. Like I also don't want you at my funeral if I don't know you because I don't want you there for no reason.
Yeah, you just like float over the shoulder, the fucking posting some selfies on the story, like miss you, bro. You're like, bro, what the fuck
Yeah.
posting that for?
Yeah.
Everyone go out with me, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it happens though, doesn't it? It does fucking happen. So, yeah, I wouldn't go to that ever. But what was your reception back for you saying you ain't going? Or like annoyed with you that you're not going? And they're like, nah, come on, you got to.
I ain't actually said it yet.
Oof.
But when it comes around like, oh, funerals on blah blah, I'm just gonna go, yeah, I ain't going to. There's no point, man. I barely knew him. I mean, I met him probably 3 times. I liked him, but
Yeah,
there's
it's
ain't enough there for me to get to that.
yeah, I'll totally get it. Yeah, but again, like some people might see that as calloused. But I don't. Like, yeah, you don't know the person. Like he's just blood. I mean, maybe not the people that fucking listen, maybe not know, but like I don't have like a good relationship with my family or anything, to be fair. Like I'm not close with any of them. So like I get it. Like if some of them were to fucking pass away, like I wouldn't be there because I don't know them. I don't know these people. They're just, a part of my family tree, but they're not like a part of my life. They could be anyone. They might as well be strangers.
Thing is, as well, 97% of my family is either fucking not working or retired. So they don't understand how sacred a day off is, man. I am wasting a fucking, a day out of 7 that I'm gonna fucking get off from work to just be somewhere I don't want to be, man.
Just be sad for no reason. Because
I know.
it's sad when
Bring the
anyone
harsh words.
dies, obviously, but like you're gonna go there and you're gonna feel sad, but you're not really sad because you didn't really know him. But you're just gonna feel sad because
Yeah, yeah.
everyone else is sad, so you're just putting yourself in that as well for no reason. So I'd look at it as selfishly at that as well. Like I'm just gonna go there and be sad for no reason. Like, what's
Yeah,
the
I'm just
point?
catching the passive smoke of sadness just for no reason. At least if you get to a party or someone you barely know, there's fucking pork pie there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there might be doing a little thing at the wake, little buffet or something.
Yeah, I ain't enough of a pick me up for that, I don't think.
Just say, yeah, I'll turn up to the wake.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is the food on? Nah. Fuck, I am busy
I can't
actually.
get it off
Shit.
work. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
man.
won't go to that either. To be fair, you reckon that's pissed Danny
Yeah.
off by the way that talk because it touched on death briefly.
Yeah, it was quick, Laura. Fuck him.
You know
Probably
what?
won't go to his funeral.
No, I definitely won't get. He'll be in Romania. He's got time to get to there for him.
Yeah, if I'm catching a flight, man, it ain't there.
Yeah, I ain't going to fucking Romania. Yeah, yeah. Jake actually messaged me the other day, and he showed me like a video of someone just going into like a random like store, I think it was, just like an off license, and then like in the back room they've just got like some mad like podcast recording studio, and then he was like, "Yo, you should come up here and do one on there," and I was like, "Ah, it would probably cost too much," um, and then he was like, "I'm gonna message him," and he messaged him, and he was like, "Yeah, it's like 50 quid an hour," and I was like, "Oof," when he was like, "Is that expensive?" I was like, "Well, fucking yeah, considering we do it for fucking free."
What? It's just a free studio, like, well, not free, but it's just an open studio to go in and record.
Yeah, like they've got like a proper backdrop and chairs, and I think he said that like you can bring your own stuff, so like you ain't got you technically be there, sure you can bring like a banner of your badge or whatever. And yeah, like it's just like a proper setup, so it records. Yeah, and I keep seeing adverts for it. To be fair, like on my Instagram, there's a guy that's opened one up. I think he was on the radio, like as a presenter, and now he's opened up his own like podcast studio in Cannock where you can go and just like sit in and record, and you get the footage of it basically. Like it's the cameras, it's like 2 chairs, and it's like a proper setup, but you rent it out. But that was like £120 an hour, and it's like it's a good business because you just let people come and rent your fucking equipment, and then just like there you go, there's your audio file, and there's your
What's
video
crazy?
file.
What's crazy about that is somebody's gone. How can we make money from podcasts when we ain't got one? They're just like, fucking make money off someone else's.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
It, it's
yeah.
crazy how the world is now with advertising and people reaching out to you and putting like I'm selling my fucking house, obviously, well, it's sold, but um, the sold signs up and it's got the number of which flat it is, and I got a fucking leaflet in the post for someone like, oh, we can see you've sold your property. If you want help, we're a removals company.
Fuck.
And it's like it's clever, but fuck off.
Yeah,
God,
that's too much. That is, man.
you can't be anywhere, man. Like, oh, you fucking, I saw you walking down the street, man. I saw you had some dandruff. Like, I'll make this little private shampoo if you want to fucking buy some. Like, fucking get off me, man.
Yeah, it is. It is crazy, but like I look at it from a perspective as like that's so smart though. Like in its bastardry, you know what I mean? There's a genius. It's like using your genius for evil purposes. I feel like that person who come up with that sort of strategy to get you to fucking click on something or the way it's marketed. Like if
Yeah,
that person just put that to good, like they might figure out how to like make things more efficient that benefits human life. Like, but instead it's just put into a marketing where it's like, oh, we should put the X here, so people press that to get rid of it. But really, that'll put them to a pop up. It's like
yeah,
they're sat in an office discussing all these little fucking dodgy tactics that makes you get
yeah.
clicks and that. And I just see it as like just bastardry.
I've got two examples as well. Fucking when the driveway cleaners, like the pressure cleaners, when they've got a little stencil with their company name and number on, and they fucking jet wash it into people's driveways.
Oh yeah.
Like, because that you can't be done for fucking graffitiing or criminal damage for that. You've just washed someone's drive in a particular pattern. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I
don't
mean?
think that would. I don't know. There might be a case of vandalism there, but it ain't permanent,
So
is it? So yeah, I don't think
you
there
just
would be a
cleaned it.
case.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
and then the other one was Nintendo's recent DLC for Pokopia. So they're releasing three DLCs, but they're like on a staggered release.
yeah,
But you pay for all of them now.
yeah.
So there's
Like an
going to be
expansion
three DL.
pass. That's what it's called, I think.
Yeah,
Expansion
yeah.
pass.
So it's three DLCs. You pay 30 quid now. You get access to all of them, but one comes out in August, one's out in March, and then one's out in like the following September or something. And I think it's clever because in a year's time, even if you finish playing the game, you'll think, "Oh fuck it, I'll go on and check that DLC. I've already paid for it, so I might as well." It's
Yeah,
like a fucking clever way of getting you to return to the game. You know what I mean? Because you think, "Oh, it's already paid for. I might as well try it."
yeah. It is true. Um, yeah, it is crazy though how manipulative they are and how quick it is. Like you were just saying before we even went live, I think about how you just fucking got one pop up there. But we tested it. Like I remember when we first sort of clocked onto doing it like years ago, saying like, I think your phone listens, man, because we started talking about this. And obviously we know cookies work. So if you are searching for stuff and you press like accept cookies, then you're gonna get adverts for them on your Facebook
Yeah,
and your Instagram, whatever. But we did an experiment where we didn't Google or research it, we just kept saying it, and then we fucking
yeah,
got the adverts for it. Like
yeah.
that's mental. And we all know that your phone and even other devices, your Alexas, your whatever, are listening to that. Like we all know it, but when it is put right in front of you, that is blatant. It does make you feel weird. Like they are listening. Like I even read the other day that most modern TVs now, their speakers can technically be like hacked in to reverse as a microphone, so that people can like
Mm.
hack into your TV and listen to your conversations, and like that's like oh that's horrible and that's a naughty feeling. But then if I like caught them somehow. Like I could just hear them talking through my TV. Like fuck, they're listening to me. It'd be way worse. Even you know it's going on. Like I don't know how to explain it. Though, you know what I mean? Like it's way worse to know it for real when it's that fucking blatant, man.
Yeah, because I'm moving out, so I was looking at new internet providers, uh, and the one we wanted weren't in my area, but it's in the area of the new house. So I sent my wife a screenshot just of the prices and shit, and through iMessage, and now her Facebook has got adverts for that exact thing. So it was just a screenshot to iMessage has gone from fucking iMessage to into her phone's cookies or whatever, into her fucking Facebook app, and it's on there. It's
Yeah,
mental.
yeah. I'd like to see like the actual back end of that. Like, is the screenshot got that sort of company logo on that's like encoded or something? Then when it's gone to the phone, that's like
Mm,
found something. You know what I mean? Like, I'd like to see the actual rabbit hole that goes through to for it to make it actually happen. Like I said, it's
yeah.
cleverness. It's very smart, but it's like used for bad things. I feel.
Yeah, because we're gonna go away from this podcast now, and my algorithm's gonna be fucking dandruff shampoo and fucking schoolgirls titties probably.
Yeah, but like, what new stuff you gonna
Yeah, that's gonna be all the same.
get? Yeah, I can't think of any examples where it's been that blatant for me, but I do see it all the fucking time. Like even when I just Google something, like I'll Google something like oh, reviews for this, or what's this like, or just looking at a product, and then yeah, like without even clicking on a link, I'll just read like the Google overview, like the AI overview or something sometimes, and then I'll just get like loads of adverts for it. And it's like, man, what? Why? Like, and I noticed, and I saw like countless videos of it from YouTubers that YouTube. I mean, like if you Google stuff now, mostly half the first page is like sponsored links. It's not even like the stuff that you're actually like looking for. So like there's options now to turn off that like
Mm.
sponsored fucking I don't know if it's an iPhone thing, but yeah, I've been seeing the option for it and I've been turn off sponsored URLs whatever when you search for stuff.
Mm.
And it is just so much better. Like it's almost like the results that you get are way different. It's like, oh man, like I'm not because that shouldn't be allowed. They shouldn't be able to put like who they're in cahoots and business with at the very top of the thing and call it a sponsored answer type of thing. That shouldn't be allowed. It should be whatever
Yeah,
like
because
you're actually looking for.
it's just highest bidder, isn't it? Plus,
Yeah.
you'll get some where you'll Google something, maybe a bit of an obscure fucking business name or something, but for example, if you put like Burger King or something, the top result will be sponsored, and it'll say Burger King and look like it, and then you click on it, and it's a different fucking website. They've just put that in their tags and in their ad title because they know because it might be a different burger company, but they know you're gonna search it, and they're gonna pop up, and you're gonna click them.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I ain't done this experiment, but like what it'll be instead of that, like you should be able to just Google say Burger King for whatever reason, and Burger King is the top thing, but sometimes it'll be like sponsored, like Google sponsoring it'll be like just eat instead or something, you know what I mean? It won't be Burger King, it'll just be something like that. Like, no, I don't want to order it, I just want to look something up. Like, and yeah, I don't feel like that stuff should be allowed, man. Like it just shouldn't be allowed, but companies are always doing shady shit like that. And like I said, it's all genius marketing. I wonder if I'd be good at it, marketing. I wonder
You've
if,
said that for a bit, and you.
yeah, I wonder if I'd be good at it because I feel like my brain could be creative in its bastardry that way. Or like, oh, let's try this actually. I know, like when I'm on this, I hate clicking there, and I know people will do it all the time, and then then you get thousands of clicks, whatever. But yeah, I wonder what it's actually like to work in a day-to-day marketing. Like, what's the average day look like? Are you just scouring other products and other media and being like, oh, what works for them, and then trying to adapt it? Or like, I do wonder what the day-to-day looks like for a standard marketing team or campaign.
Yeah, I saw a little video before where they were trying to optimize the Airbnb logo, and they were saying, "Oh, we're going to take the font from this size to this size. We're going to slightly round these corners on the A, and then the N in the Airbnb is going to be like shaped like this, and we'll make this a certain brightness and fucking couple it with, these contrasting colors." It was just such minute differences, but apparently it makes a fucking massive difference. It is literally down to the fucking pixel with some of these companies, man.
Um, yeah, it is insane, and like obviously like algorithms stuff like that on like YouTube and just in anything like algorithms are very. It's almost too smart, isn't it? Like it is
Yeah,
it
because
is it is weird.
you're being manipulated, but in a way that you think you're making your own decisions. You know what I mean? But you are being led down a path. You just don't realize
Deep, man, deep.
it. I think it's weird, this podcasting business, because we speak so fast and fluently, but your brain's going a million miles an hour, ain't it, trying to keep up so there's no dead air. You are like thinking of the next thing you're going to say constantly and just, you know what I mean, trying to keep on topic.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really think like that anymore, though, to be fair. I think I like first 10. I think that. But I'm comfortable with like dead air now because it's just a chat. People are just
Yeah.
listening on our chat. So I don't want it to be where it's like, oh, there's got to be no dead air. Like, obviously, if we're hosting like an actual radio show. But fuck if there's dead air, there's dead air. That's normal. It's natural. As long as it's like 30 seconds long, you know what I mean? And I edit that shit out if it was anyway. So yeah, I don't mind. But it is definitely. To me, we are just having a chat. Like sometimes I do forget almost that like we're live really. Um and I think those are the best ones. But it definitely makes you think a little bit differently. And yeah, you might unless you've never done a podcast and or you've only listened to one or whatever, like you don't really know, to be fair, dear, like how you'll be on one or how you're gonna
Yeah.
talk on one and stuff. So it is definitely different to like listening to them when you gotta do your own.
Do you feel like because this is what, episode 37, so we've done 37 weeks of this. Do you feel like you've come away a bit, having done this for quite a while, you feel like you speak a bit better off off here as well, like in person with people. I feel like I've kind of changed how I speak a little bit.
Um, I don't know. I've not noticed it. Maybe if I speak to other people, they might be able to say something. But I've personally not noticed anything. But maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, I don't know. You listen to them, though, don't you? Like I told you, like I can't listen to these episodes. One, I know how I sound, man. And if I hear myself, ugh. Like, but
Thing
also,
is, because we film on Fridays or Saturdays usually, and it's up on Monday, so it's 2 or 3 days. And I'll listen to it on Monday sometimes, and I'll forget what the fuck we spoke about, and I'll
oh
catch
well.
myself out with the funny things we say, and I'll laugh, and I'll think, fucking hell, I don't remember saying that, but that's funny.
Yeah, it happens all the time. Like I'll get friends like Steph or something. He'll just text me out the blue, like like almost like he's replying to what I said in the podcast to me. And to me, it's just out of context. Like, what the fuck are you on about? And he'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah,
your last episode, you said this." I was like, I don't remember saying that." Like, and that was 2 days ago. Because like we've spoke about it before. Because I listen to a shit ton of podcasts where they have like a big, huge moment. Maybe even the thing that people know the podcast for. Let's say. And people ask like the hosts and stuff, and they're just like, "Yeah, I don't remember it." And you think you got to remember that. Surely it was one of your big moments. But now, we're in the podcasting game. Like, yeah, like 2 days goes by, and I'll literally forget what the fuck we spoke about, really. And I think it's because I do treat this as just a regular conversation with you, and we'll speak throughout the week that it just blends into the conversation. Like, I don't even know if I said it to you on the podcast or if it was just a
mm,
conversation we had throughout the week. So, yeah,
yeah, I get that.
that's kind of how I view it. To be fair, so I don't know if I've changed in any way really. Like I just see it as just I'm just chatting.
Yeah, it's the best way to be, and this is how we talk pretty much anyway, off air.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was, man. I was thinking about school. I don't know why. I was just on the shitter, man. Just thinking about random shit. But I was trying to figure out what the actual time frame is that we've known each other, because we went to the same primary school. I'm pretty sure I joined there in year 3, which would have been 8 years old. So obviously, fucking.
No, it was before then. I left in year 3.
Hmm. I thought that was when I went there. But how long did we know each other there? It was fairly briefly, wasn't it? But
Maybe a year, maybe 2.
we hung out a couple of times. So if it was, say, fucking maybe 6 or 7 years old, then when we turned 26, that would have been 20 years. And 26 has been fucking 6 years. We can't have known each other 26 years. It seems mental.
Already.
Yeah.
Maybe though. Yeah, maybe. Because yeah. I remember I joined another school in year 3. Yeah, and like don't forget there was times where we hung out with the same sort of people outside of school then, so
Yeah,
we'd
yeah.
we, we'd cross paths then as well. So like yeah, like it has probably been that fucking long.
Because we got back in touch in secondary school in fucking 2008, because that's when I got PS3. And that in 2 years has been 20 years, because that'll be fucking 2028.
Damn.
So even that's fucking long, and we knew each other for years before that as well.
Yeah, year 1 is apparently aged 5 to 6 years.
Mm.
So
So 27-ish years.
yeah, give or take.
God, it barely feels like I've even fucking been alive for half that, let alone fucking know someone for the entire duration.
Yeah, but like you ain't really like even school's a bit of a blur. You only start remember. I think, like I said, like your brain isn't fully developed till like 25. So I reckon I reckon you remember more shit as an adult because that's when like more big things in your life happen. Like you move out, so you definitely gonna remember that. Like you go on your first holiday or whatever, or you travel more. You remember those. Like when you try and think of what you was doing in like year 1 and shit, like 5, 6 years old, you ain't gonna remember your day to day shit. You're just gonna remember very big moments, like a birthday party or something. Like it's a blur at that point. So you technically didn't live it. You was kind of autopiloting it in a way. You know what I mean? So it probably does feel like it's barely fucking gone by.
Yeah, I do remember a good few fucking snippets of school, especially primary school. I had loads of stuff going on there. I remember Alex Nash, man, when he was in fucking primary school. There was like 3 teachers on him because he was like trying to fight someone. and he must have been fucking 7 years old. There was like 3 teachers trying to stop him, man. He was just powering through it, man. They
Yeah,
couldn't stop him.
yeah. He was a bit of a tank, weren't he, back in the day?
Yeah, now it's fucking 5 TSA agents that are trying to fucking hold him back.
Oh shit! It's Alex Nash, man.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
no real context on that one, but
Yeah, that's an inside joke. We apologise, but it's funny.
uh, but yeah, I remember the once fucking being made to laugh so hard that I pissed myself a little bit, but I fucking the teachers' cars was parked on the school grounds, sort of, so you could just in the playground, and I like dived onto the bonnet of this one laughing, and someone was going, "Fuck you doing, man? That's someone's car," and I was like rolling on top of the car. I couldn't stop fucking laughing, man.
You at 32 years old, you today, you come out to your car and there's just some fucking little twat laughing and rolling on your bonnet. How livid are
Fucking hell. Pick him up by his collar, man, and kick him away.
you? Yeah, yeah. I remember. I was like really young, and I was speaking to my brother about this the other day because my brother's 5 years older than me, and I was maybe like, oh man, I don't even know what year I would have been in. Young though, like maybe I don't know, man. I don't even know what year it could have been, but my brother was like maybe like year 5 or 6 or something like that. And there was like a kid in like a year in his year, a year below him, and he was like much taller than me. He was a fat kid. He was just a big motherfucker, and I was a tiny kid. And I think he was picking on my brother. And I just walked up to him and I just lost my temper and I just fucking punched him as hard as I could in the face. And like, it was a good fucking punch, but he was much bigger than me, so he took it. If that would have been a kid at my year, I think it would have fucked any little kid up. But this motherfucker took it on all of his chins, and he got on top of me, and his knees were like on my shoulder, and he started biting chunks of skin out my fucking forehead.
Fucking hell.
I haven't got a scar or anything, but and then I remember like my brother and like dinner lady and stuff had to like carry me, and I was like screaming, "Ah!" Like I was like obviously in loads of pain, but I was also like, you just cry because you're so fucking angry, and I was just like bleeding from the head, and like teachers were like holding me, carrying me and shit. I remember that quite fucking vividly. Um, and I remember like school trips and stuff like that, and like in year 6 Sprinter City, that was pretty fucking fun and pretty sick, but. Yeah, just the everyday shit in school though. Like, oh, do you remember when so and so said this? I'd be like, man, I don't remember any dialogue. You know what I mean? I don't remember any conversations.
Yeah. I remember being waiting at like in primary school, just waiting at the gates, and my fucking mom and dad were just late every day, and I was just there like a
Oh
fucking
man.
like a lost dog in the rain, just staring, waiting for them to pop up. I actually fucking asked about it a few months ago because literally near enough, like 4 days out of 5, I would just stand at the gates, man. They'd be like 15, 20 minutes late,
Damn.
and I'd just standing there looking around, and they would just pop up and be like, "We're here," and then we'd go. But every day, man, I'd be fucking sick of it. And I just thought a few months ago, I was like, I don't think it affected me, but I thought like having a kid, I'd never be late or leave him waiting, man, because it's just sad, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I said to my mom, I was like, when I was a kid at primary school, like you were just like every day picking me up, man. I was just waiting there for you, like a little kid just waiting. And I said, you didn't work. You weren't working. You weren't busy. We lived 5 minutes away. Where was you? Like, why was you late every day? Just your kids just waiting there, man. You had one. Like, why am I just fucking standing there waiting? Like, I'd never be late for Max, man. It
What
just
did I
you.
say?
He's like, oh, we were just busy. Day hurt ya. I was like, nice, man. I'm just there.
So
I'm just
two
fucking there
things.
waiting.
One, did I give a fuck about you?
No.
And two, they were fucking.
Yeah, probs.
Think of the timeline when your brother came they were fucking, man. They were like, we got to pick Ron up in 15 minutes. And your dad was like, I got 15 in, mate. You know what
Oh
I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. I'll drop a nut. Fuck him. He can wait there.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like,
Fucking
no.
caretaker will look after him. Fucking caretaker might as well have been my fucking stepdad, man.
Then your dad
Spent more
once.
time with him.
That's why I tell you that Ian Beale was your real dad.
Yeah, Ian Bill from EastEnders. Every time he's on screen, it's like, that's your real dad, that is.
Oh, that's so funny. Thing is, though,
But yeah,
like,
man.
he's a different person. Like, could you play those pranks on your kid? Like, couldn't imagine you really trying to convince Max that, like, someone else on TV was their real dad. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you'd be hurt by that if you started believing it.
Yeah, exactly. I've got too much of a relationship with him, mate, to try and
Yeah.
jeopardize that. Yeah. He fucking, he's Amy's brother and like his girlfriend broke up the other day. And Max was like in bed just going to sleep. And he rolled over and he was like, you and Vic ain't together anymore. And I went, yeah, I know. He said, why don't they live together anymore? I was like, oh, they just don't love each other anymore, mate. And then he like turned back over and he was doing like a little whimper. And then he turned back over again and he was like, I don't want you and mommy to stop loving each other. And I was like, oh, mate, we ain't
Oh,
going anywhere.
man.
Don't worry about that. You
That's
know,
so sad.
but it's interesting that in his brain he's put two and two together. Like, oh man, what if other
Yeah, that
people just
yeah, that
stop
could
loving
happen
each
to
other
my
and
mum
split
and
up?
dad. Yeah, because then
Yeah,
he said he probably didn't even conceptualize that you could just not be together, like that. It's you
yeah,
just with this person forever type of thing. But yeah, that was his first real way of experiencing a breakup or something in his life.
yeah. And then he thought, fucking hell, like, what if mum and dad just stop loving each other? But
Yeah,
yeah, like same with death, man. Fucking, um, someone's dad died recently, one of the fucking relatives, and he was saying to me like, why is her dad like gone to heaven? I was like, you just, he weren't healthy anymore, mate. He just got too old, and yeah, he was like, does everybody gonna die? And I was like, yeah, but like, it takes a long time. You have to get old and stuff, and you have to try and stay healthy to make it last longer. And then that conversation will concede, and then fucking a couple of weeks later, he'll be like, "Can I have some of this?" And I'll be like, "Oh no, like that's got loads of sugar in." He was like, "What does that mean?" I say, "It's unhealthy," and he'll be like, "So it's not healthy?" I'll be like, "No." He's like, "So you'll die if you eat that," because he remembered you have to stay healthy.
yeah.
And I'm like, little bits is okay, but fucking, loads and loads is bad. But then he thinks you're gonna fucking die if you eat sugar.
I mean, it's healthy-ish. So then he thinks, oh, like if you can translate it eventually to
Yeah,
this means that I'll have a better life and I'll live longer. But if it's like he's traumatized, he thinks I can't eat anything unhealthy or so I'm gonna die, then that
yeah,
might be a problem.
it's a fine line to tread. He was
Yeah.
talking about he was talking about space and that the other day, and I was impressed, man, because I've been teaching him some bits, and he was saying, because the sun kind of changed positions from where we were, because we were driving,
Yeah.
and he said the sun's spinning in the sky, and I said, yeah, that's right, and he was like, and the moon's spinning as well around us, and I said, yeah, that's good. He said, and our Earth is spinning as well around, like in space, and I went, yeah, mate, that's correct. And he went, and the trees will be upside down. And I was like, oh, no, quite. He was on a good roll.
Yeah. Yeah, that is good. But he said then, oh, does that mean he's gone to heaven? You being someone that's not religious, obviously you can't just be like, heaven ain't real, you little fuck, you know what I mean? You can't do
Yeah.
that. But like, do you nip it in the bud if he grows up and like starts being religious, or are you just like be who you want to be, man? Or are you gonna be like, by the way, like look into it a bit more or something, you know what I mean? Like, how
Yeah.
would you feel about it?
Yeah. Because his relatives just told him that, he's gone up into the sky just to simplify fucking.
Yeah, it
But
makes
he
it
does
easier, yeah.
think, yeah, he does think that they've gone up physically into the sky. But when it comes to it, when he's a bit older, obviously you can tell I'm trying to fucking teach him scientifically already. So he'll either grasp it himself that it's, non-existent, but I will tell him that, there's no fucking heaven or magical gods out there. It's just science.
Yeah, and I think what makes me an atheist, and maybe you too. Like obviously, I don't want to speak as to why because everyone has their own reasons as to why they are and aren't religious. But I think that for years I've just learned about science and space that it's almost like it doesn't make sense for a creator in the way that they're saying it is in their books. Like that doesn't make sense. Like the way logic works and the laws of the universe. Like it's almost like you come to your own realization because of education. Not to say that religious people are uneducated, because like I said, there's multiple things that make you religious. You could just, I don't know, you could win the fucking lottery, and but you've prayed that night, please let me win this lottery. I'm in a shit place, and then you win the lottery and think, fuck, someone listen, like I've been touched by God, like that type of thing. Like there's many things that can lead you to believe in religion, but I do believe like if you educate yourself on, how life actually fucking works in some sense, that you come to the realization like, like I don't know if this whole God thing makes fucking sense.
Yeah, you definitely will. For me, it's the same as Santa and the fucking Tooth Fairy and stuff. Like we've logically deduced that them shits ain't real.
Yeah.
So, why is a written book any different?
Yeah, true. I'll never put people down or even look at them differently, really, if they believe in it. Because, like I said, there's like I never want to take that away from someone. I'm never going to be that guy, but I will. I'm happy to debate it and just to prove like why I don't think he exists, and I'm happy for you to fight your corner. Like you might say some things I've never heard before and open my mind. Like I feel like I'm an open-minded person, to be honest. Like you present me facts and I look into them and do my research and I'm like, oh, like they're actually right on this type of thing. But yeah, I almost envy it in some way because for in my head and the way I think it works is when you die, you die. Like that's it. It's black. It's gone. There's nothing else. There's no afterlife. There's no heaven, hell. So like when it comes to my time, I'm gonna be fucking like shit. This is it. Whereas like if you
Mm.
believe in heaven and hell and afterlife and stuff like that, then you just believe this is fucking phase one, or you're going somewhere else and it's not the end. So that's got to be comforting and like a sort of safety net. So I envy it for that, but all the other stuff I
Yeah.
couldn't give a shit about.
Yeah, the silver lining's there. And it's kind of the same with kids as well. Because I want to obviously raise him to be intelligent and smart and realistic about stuff. And I tell him things exactly the way it is, with a pinch of, I'll soften it a bit because he's a kid. But
Yeah, yeah, you got to.
you also don't want to take away you don't want him to just be fucking jaded by the time they're 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
you got to keep the child innocence part in them alive, and that
yeah,
wonderment and that.
yeah. But mine is so smart and logical that I wouldn't be surprised if he's asking me if Santa's real, like by the time he's fucking 5. But
Yeah.
it's a mad comparison when he's in his class because he'll come out of school and there'll be other kids coming out, kind of like, "Did you bring my sweeties?" You know what I mean? And fucking just they're little kids, but mine will come out and just be like, "Oh, should we get to KFC?" You know what I mean? Like he's so grown up, man. He's really fucking he is ahead, man. He's fucking yeah, he's quite mature.
You definitely come from you then.
Get fucked.
Because I'll tell you, have a kid.
Yeah, yeah, true. But yeah, he is, man. I think he's ahead of the curve. Just looking at him compared to his fucking classmates, he does seem way ahead intellectually. Not ahead, but yeah, not like he's smarter, but he seems further along. Like he's maturing quicker than everyone else. And I think it is just my parenting style because I've never really fed him any bullshit, to be honest.
Yeah, and I heard, and this is how I sort of would see it. I do it with my nephews and nieces. Obviously, I've not got kids of my own, and I heard it's the best thing is to like talk to your kid like a person, not like a child. Like don't do like a baby voice. Like just talk to them. Say, yeah, son, that's this because of that. You know what I mean? Like obviously you don't jade them before you're 7, like you said, and you gotta kind of beat around the bush with some things because you think, it's too early yet for him to conceptualize that, and that might freak him out. Like he'll come to terms with that himself, that type of stuff. But yeah, I think just talking to them, not talking to them like they're a child, like understand that they're people, they've got rights. You know what I mean? They are actual human beings. Like I think if you talk to them like that and kind of respect them in that way, that they grow up and be like, oh, I can just talk to my dad because he talks to me like a person. Like he doesn't talk to me like a parent or tells me off for this. Like I think it is important in a in a person's development that they have people that just chat to them like people.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely been a kid where I've just been talked down to like I'm a little fucking kid, you know what I mean? And it feels shit. It's like, oh, I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. Like, don't answer back to me, that type of shit. You're like, just talk to me. Like, get my view. You know what I mean? Like, hear me out. And when you're not being heard or made to feel small at any age, really, it's shit. But by your parent who's meant to fucking be the one that you do go to and talk to, like, I do think it's important that you just talk to them like fucking people, man.
Yeah, it's true. I saw a little, not a quote, but a concept before of fucking make the make the easy things to talk about easy to talk about. So then the hard things to talk about would be like easier as well. Because if you can't even talk to them about fucking getting dressed or what we're gonna do today, you just like, oh, just stop talking to me. You know what I mean? How are they ever gonna have the fucking confidence to come and say fucking, my fucking balls got a lump on it, or I'm thinking about asking this girl out. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna have the confidence. You want to give them that trust, man.
That's true. Yeah, that is definitely true. Yeah, what's ironic though is I'll talk to my cats like in little fucking baby voices, man. Like I will, man. I'm like, oh, look at you, little fucking. I love them, man. Like, so I like the idea of talking like that. But if I had a kid, I probably would be like, oh, look at your little fucking cheeks, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because I talk to my cats in like a baby voice. Like, if I heard it, I love my cats and I ain't embarrassed by it or nothing. I'll fucking talk to them in whatever voice. But I reckon if like there was like secret recorders around my house and I would talk to my cat sometimes and then like someone played it back to me, I'd hate it, man. I'd be like, oh, why am I doing that?
Yeah. I like fucking. I like my cat to be fair because we've had him coming up like 7 years now, and we always get him a big fucking batch of just cat treats in with the presents, so he gets his own presents to open.
Yeah.
And he kind of 3 or 4 years in, he started cottoning on like, yo, I'm gonna have some fucking treats here. You know what I mean? You can
Yeah.
tell he's like, yo, where's mine, man? It's nice to
Yeah.
fucking get him loads of treats, so he's involved. It's gonna be weird. We move house soon, man. It's gonna be weird to see him snooping around 2 floors. He's never been in a fucking
Are you gonna? I
multi
was about to
floor.
ask, then, are you gonna let him out? Or are you still gonna keep him inside for hours?
I'm gonna just leave the doors open. You know what I mean? He's gonna wander out and fucking adventure. I reckon he'll stay close for the most part because he's been purely indoors for 7 years.
Yeah, he's a bit older in here, so he'll just probably be around your front drive and stuff.
Yeah, ideally he just stays in the back garden, but it's a cat, so he's gonna get curious and start hopping fences. But
Someone might just start fucking feeding him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just jamming around here now."
yeah,
What can
man, that
happen?
happened to me when I was a kid, man. When I was fucking 14. Oh, maybe a bit younger than that, maybe fucking 10, 11. When I was fucking walking home from secondary school, still not being left outside the gates because I could walk home on my own. But I had a cat from birth. I chose a kitten. There was a triplet of kittens, and I chose one. My nan had the other one, and like a family friend had the other one. And you probably remember him, Chubby, like my little blue cat.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
But I chose him from a kitten, man. So he was kind of my fucking cat because I chose him, and I fucking loved him, man. He was such a badass cat. And then he hopped a few fences and got into just a neighbouring street, just the next street over, and they started feeding him there. And I was gutted because for me, he went missing, but he was just in that street. And one day I was walking home from school, man, I saw him down someone's drive eating. I was like, my cat. I was like, Chubby's there, and I tried to call him over, and I like ran home. I was like, I found Chubby's over there, and they were just like, yeah, well, he lives there now. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, like I want to get him
Yeah.
back, man. He was still quite young,
Yeah.
but I can just see it from my parents' eyes, like, oh, fuck him, we ain't gotta feed him
Yeah.
anymore.
It ain't an expense anymore, is it? Yeah. Someone else has got that liability.
Yeah, but yeah, the new house, to be fair, it's a really quiet street, and then the back fence just goes onto some garages, and then behind them, there's just some more houses. So it's like really shielded from any main road. So I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, that's what you want. Yeah, I'll worry about that. I've had some awful experiences of, I grew up with lots of cats. My mum, I think, had like 21 cats at one point when I was a kid, and that's no joke. Um,
Checks out, yeah.
it does check out, but I've seen them like die. I've seen them obviously be fucking disappear to other households. I've seen them like smushed in roads and shit like that. Like when I've gone out
Oh,
and just like it's awful. So like all my cats are indoors, and like one of my cats, we let him out in the garden sometimes, and I almost feel bad that I don't let him out because I can tell he wants to be, but I always think like, yeah, but I gave him the best fucking life here, and like he's happy here and better because there's dickheads out there, and I do live kind of near main road and stuff. So yeah, I can't imagine just letting them out one day and then just calling them and then like one of them not coming back or something. I think fuck, where are they, man? Oh, I just don't need the anxiety and that. But yeah, I almost fucking got kind of almost got a fucking fourth cat today. And I've technically already got like an honorary fourth cat because I've sort of adopted one that sleeps in my back garden that we bought a house
Mm.
for. But Stacey showed me like her friend was driving home and she almost like hit something and she looked and it was like a little black kitten in the road and it like looks all banged up and that like it just looks like it's been outside for ages, like its eyes are like proper, like you know, and they get like that sort of like watery eye but it's like stuck to the fur type of
Yeah.
thing. Like he looks like just rough for a little kitten. And she texted Daisy and she was like, "Do you want this?" And I was like, "Oh man, I might want that, you know." And she was like, "No, we can't." And then I think they've opted to like actually like keep it for themselves now. But I said like, because I'm learning to drive soon. If I pass, I said like that's got to be a thing with me. Like I was like, you be careful what you wish for. That you don't want me driving, man, because I might just end up coming home with cats like that. Like
Yeah.
if I just go,
I,
if I see that, I'm taking that home. That's mine. That is. I've been
yeah,
chosen.
I've said to Amy before, man, if I come across a cat like just strayed out in the street and I end up saving it, I'm just bringing him straight home, man. We're
Yeah.
gonna have to.
Yeah, I'll just say like it's. I love the idea because I was talking to that Sean at work, and I was saying you're going to get a pet, and he said, "Oh, I want a cat," and then all that type of stuff. And I just said like, I don't know, I like cats, and he said he'd like the idea of getting one from a shelter, but like I can't go to a shelter because I'll get all of them, man. I can't just take one, not the others, when they're all just looking at me with their eyes and that. If I go into a shelter, I've got to leave it all. I can't just go in there and just leave and like, sorry guys, I'm just taking this one. Like I can't do that. So I can't get a cat from a shelter. So I've got to sort of get them from, you know, a litter or whatever when they're just born. But I like the idea of it. I like the idea of getting dogs and cats out of there. Like I wish I had like a big fucking house, like a farm or something, so I could do that. Um, but
Yeah,
yeah, I can't go to a shelter, man. Just seeing all the little faces. How can you say no to them?
I know, man. It is difficult, especially when especially when they're just all skinny and rough, and you think, man, I could just give you such a nice house and just some cuddles and that, man, make you look all nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame. I love cats, man. I love them. I love
Yeah,
dogs as well. People always think, yeah, you're meant to like one or the other. I kind of like Tupac and Biggie, but I fucking love both of them.
yeah, they both drop bars, don't they, man?
Both of them. Yeah, I love
Yeah,
cats and dogs, man.
yeah. I've never been into dogs too much, but I think we've said on here before, if I get my own from a puppy and kind of raise it how I'd like it to be, and fucking, get a decent, well-behaved breed that's not stealing my food and just fucking barking all day long, then. But yeah, I am gonna get one for my son. I had a cat fucking from 0 to 20. I did. And yeah, the cat was
Yeah.
20, I was 20. So I had the cat my whole fucking life. And I think it's kind of a boy's dream, to just have a puppy when you're a kid and just have him forever sort of thing.
Yeah, I had that too. I had a puppy um when I was a kid. I had two German shepherds that I literally grew up with, and I think one died when I was like 14 from being like born with it type of thing, and then the other one, I think she died when I was like 17. So like when they passed, it felt like my actual siblings had died. Like it fucking hurt, to be fair, but it
It was
was
weird for
class having
me
them.
to even, because they were always on the kitchen floor. So just to come in and there weren't a big fucking like pile of fur in the kitchen was like, oh, this is fucking weird.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely felt like there was a void. Like it definitely was like a hole in the family because they're like you said, they're always there. So when they're just not, it was like, oh, like it feels fucking weird. It feels empty. So, but we was talking about this the other day about like fucking pets dying and stuff like that. Now you're gonna sort of deal with it now as an adult when you're not like a family pet and it's your own. But I was saying like as shit as it's gonna be in one day where I might have to fucking make that decision where I've got to say, yeah, we've got to put it down to everything, and as shit as that is, it's still it's still it's the worst fear and the biggest con in having a pet is that you're obviously gonna outlive it. But it don't the pros to me massively outweigh that con. Like the time that you have with them, whether it be a year or 20, like it's well worth it to have ever had them. than to fucking just put up with them dying and being sad about it. Like, just cherish when you've got them, man, because they ain't about
Yeah.
as long.
Yeah, it was weird, man. When my 20-year-old cat that fucking left, well, she had to be put down, but she was just a trooper, man. We moved house probably fucking 9, 10 times, and like we had, because we kind of had a rotation of 3 cats at all times, but the one cat always stuck about when we moved house, and the others would just fucking, because we was in a new area, they'd either go missing or get to someone else's house. But this one cat just fucking stuck around forever, man. And as you know, she was outdoors for like 18 years. And then when we moved to this house, I had a ground floor bedroom with an outdoor, like a garden door. So I was like, I'm just gonna let the fucking cat in, man, because my mom's allergic. I was like, the cat can just stay in here with me. And so for like 2 years, she either slept on my PlayStation where it was warm or at the end of my bed. And then the day before she had to go and be put down, she just slept up the top end of my bed, man. But she never did for like 2 years. She'd sleep at the bottom end, and then the night she was going to die, she slept at the top end, like next to my head. It's
Yeah, it's
weird, man.
weird.
It's,
It's
it's
weird,
like
yeah.
she just knew, like, oh, I'm off tomorrow, so I'm just gonna get like a close cuddle with you, man.
Well, apparently cats do know on the die. That's why they always like go home and they do act like strange and they kind of carry away a little bit, like they hide away because they know they're going to like die on that. So maybe she literally did know. Maybe before she was about to get put down, maybe she'd have long left herself. To be fair, because they say
Yeah,
that they do know. They do know when the time's coming. They act
yeah.
weird.
It was weird because with that one, I just thought she'd be there for fucking forever. You know what I mean? I never thought about her going, but
Yeah.
yeah, just her legs just went one day, man. Like she was just dead wobbly, and her legs couldn't walk
20's
properly.
good innings for a fucking cat.
It fucking is, man. She was just a chilled cat, but yeah, her legs just went, and then my mom took her to the vets and just didn't bring her back. But I didn't go, man. I couldn't. But my
Yeah,
dad
it's
just
still.
came in and said, "Yeah, she's gone." Like, and I was like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, I
Yeah.
do get it though about the fucking feeling empty in the house when people end up buying another. Like, they swear they won't get another dog, but they do.
Yeah,
I only had mine
my mom
for
did it and stuff too. Straight after those dogs died, she bought two others because of it.
yeah. I only had my cat for a couple of months, and then we sent him off to fucking get the snip and have some injections, and then he was gone for like 2 hours. And the house did just feel empty, man. It felt like there was less energy in the house. It was weird.
Yeah, I've got three. One of them was asleep just under down here by my feet. She just loves staying with me, and then like the other two just are either chilling or gammets. Just literally any time it is like having kids, you just hear something like getting knocked over, or you'll hear like them running about, and you think like, oh, what's that? What's going on downstairs? Like, and just not having that around the house, and it's class. Like if you're just walking around your house and you see one of them, you're like, oh, what are you doing, man? It's like it just brightens up your day when you like cross paths in the house.
Yeah,
And I just couldn't imagine that. Like when I go away, like when I like visit another country or go away and I'm not with them for a bit, like I genuinely like fucking miss them. Like I'm like, fuck, I want to get back to my cats. Like I'll miss them. Like, and I like literally like when I was in Japan, my dream vacation destination, whatever. Like, but on like the fourth, fifth day, I was literally just looking at like kitten pictures on my phone, being like, oh man, I miss them so much. You know what I mean? Like they mean that much to me. Like I can't imagine just not having it. And I have said to Stacey, like when these die, what do we do? Because then we've got no like liabilities, like we can just travel and stuff. Then obviously we're hoping it's nothing to think about for another 10, 15 years. So we'll be older, obviously more established in our careers, earning more money, etc. And so like we could probably travel more freely than not worry about like, animals back home type of thing. We could just go. We ain't gotta get anyone to babysit or feed them or whatever. But like you said though, people just think, it feels weird now, so we're just gonna buy one. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna get another cat then. And so I don't know. I don't know if the death of them are gonna break me. I'm like, I can't do that again. Or if I'll eventually will be like, I miss having a little thing around the house. And
yeah,
when I do move, like I've got three cats now, but when I do move and I do get a house, like I am gonna get a dog as well. To be fair, like I would get one now, but the house where I live, it's too small. It's not capable for that many animals. But when I get a house and a bigger garden and that type of stuff, I do want a dog as well, man.
yeah, yeah. Cats are chill, and then they probably don't miss you as much as dogs do. Well, they obviously don't. But when I went to Cornwall a couple of weeks ago, I was like 4 days in, and I just had a little thought, like, because my mom comes in and feeds my cat and spends a little bit of time with him. But
15 minutes
I
later
was
to
just
come in.
I was sitting there and I just thought, like, oh man, I hope he ain't just like sat by the door or something. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
on his own.
Yeah, I think about it, man. Like, even if I'm just out all day, if like me and you're out all day and like no one's in the house, like, and I just know they're at home. I just think, like, I wonder what they're doing, man. I wonder if they're thinking like, where's my humans? And like, I went and played football last night, and it was longer than usual because I played 2 games because it was like a tournament, and we fucking won it as well. Um, but yeah, fucking I'll just come back sometimes and they'll just be on the sofa and like when you put obviously the key in the door, they fucking look up and their ears go back and that. And then when I walk in and like they clock that it's me that's walking in because they're obviously like on alert, like fuck who's coming?
Mm.
And then when they see it's me, it's like the tail goes up and they start like loving up to my feet and that. Like they're genuinely happy to see me. And it's like, oh, these little fuckers have missed me. But when they're there, they're probably like, don't even give a fuck, you know what I mean? That you're not there. But it's like when then they see you, they're like, oh yeah, you, I forgot about you. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
all right, you are, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Mine just fucking waits till I sit down, then just gets on my chest and just fucking stares at me right
Yeah,
there.
my dad does that. Like Gambit will do the same. He'll start making like biscuits on my chest, but he's just like staring me in the eyes, man. I'm like,
Yeah,
yo,
like if
get
you could read
away.
his mind, he'd be going, "Where the fuck have you been?"
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
fucking cats, man. They're the best.
yeah, the coolest animals, man.
That's why the Egyptians fucking loved them and put them into drawings and hieroglyphics and treated them as like gods and shit because they're the best. Their attitude's the best. They don't give a fuck. They're affectionate when they want to be. They're like, yeah, like I'll scoop the litter tray and Gambit will come in because you'll hear like the noise and he'll literally just watch me do it. And I think he gets off on it like, yeah, you clean my shit up, human. You know what I mean? I think he
Yeah,
loves it. I think he's like, oh yeah, she's cleaning my shit, are you, son?
yeah. He's like, "Ah, superior being, are you?"
Yeah, he does. It's like he's mocking me. He has to come and watch, and like he doesn't get in it or try and play with it or nothing. He literally sits there and watches me. And I think, is he doing that to me? Like, what's he doing with my stuff, or what's he doing in there? And yeah, like it is funny that he watches me, and I think like, does he think anything? Is he just like, because I'm in here, so he's in here, or is he looking at me thinking, yeah, clean that, you little
Yeah.
fuck, and I won't
Or
put it
he's like,
past
"Man,
him.
man, I fucking buried that. What's he doing?"
Yeah, yeah, probably. Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck yeah. Should we
We
wrap it
wrap
up
it.
here? Yeah, yeah, I said it
Yeah,
first.
boy. Get fucked.
Yeah, peace.
Peace.
Joint Thoughts Podcast. What